Okay, so it's day 4. We're on the roof today. It's raining and it's been raining, so I don't know how long we're going to be at it. But like I said yesterday, the roof span is over 3 metres. It's 3.5 metres. So we've doubled up the 5x2s and they are now 4x5s. God, that took a bit of calculation. We've also put these coach bolts through them as well. M10 bolts. I'll just rotate that and you can see. And we've nutted them and tightened them on. We've drilled 3 holes at the front. And the reason why that is because that will then allow our cables to go down for the roof lights, the canopy lights and the internal lights as well. So I'll give you a full explanation as to the roof and how we do it, and also how we make up the infill on the side for the gradient on the roof, which somebody wanted me to do a clearer video of as well. Right, so it's a bit hard to show you, but this is the first double joist we're putting on. That there is the outside wall. So if you can see my finger there, so this part of the joist is in line. Oh, God, it's really hard to show you. This part of the joist is in line with that part of the wall there. So when we plasterboard the ceiling, the plasterboard will butt up to the wall there, and we'll also put a timber down there. So when we plasterboard the wall, there's something fixed there. I'll get Adam to go inside and show you now, and it might be an easier video. Yep. Right, so this angle might be a bit better. So if you can imagine the plasterboard comes through now, and it will butt up to the wall there, because we're going to put a timber there on that wall. When we plasterboard there, we can fix to that, and this one will butt up to there. So this line here on this double joist needs to be in line with that line. Have you got that, Adam? Yep. Yeah. So what we'll do is make sure that that is in line all the way down that wall line, and that's our starting one then. And we'll use our 400 spacers to space these off. We've got a little spacer block at the front there to hang them over, so we know they're all hanging over the right distance as well. That's it. That's what we're going to do now. What? Right, so all the double joists are in there. We've spaced them at 400, and across the steel, I'll just show you the front of the steel detail here. So we've put a joist hanger on there. We've only got single joist hangers. You can get a double one, but what we've done, we've just modified it a bit and bent it over, so that then that will tie that down to these timbers that we've tech screwed to the steel as well. And we'll fill all them holes there with twist nails. So that's all. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put a front timber on, and then we'll put a back timber on, and then we'll do a side, and I'll show you how we do a side. Right, so all the main timbers are in, the front timbers are in. You can see where we've had to join it there, because obviously it's not long enough. So what we've done is joined it halfway on one of them timbers rather than halfway in that joint there, so it's not stepped. What we're going to do now is put side trimmers on. So we've let these front and back overhang. I'm going to cut another one now and just drop it in there, and then put some noggins in there to support it, and I'll show you how we're going to do them as well. Right, so what we've done, there's some blocks there that are just by Amy. They're going to space it off. That'll give us enough clearance on as overhang to put a line of cedar on, because it's having cedar on there. I don't know if you can see, she's pencil marked that there. Sean's pencil marked that one there as well. Sean, do you know which side you're putting it to? Put your cross to where you're putting it to, and then you can't go wrong, can you?
Your timber's going here.
Yeah. Right, so we'll lift this up now and fix it in place. Right, so if you can just see there, it like tapers up because that's the pitch of the roof into a triangle shape. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop some timbers down the back like this one. Yeah, and then we're going to fix them through there at the bottom, and then they'll be flush with that, and then we'll tie the roof joist into that as well. So the roof joist will be tied into the wall, and then you've got somewhere to plasterboard there. Right, so there's a bit more detail on that. I'll try and show you now. So what we've done, we've cut a bit of 5x2 there. We've dropped it down. Adam screwed it through the wall below, and then this joist there will then screw to that. What he'll do then, he'll pin that to the joist, and then that's a spacer noggin there. That's our spacer noggin there. Pop that in, and then when that's fixed through to that, then that will hold the side trimmer on as well. So there's the roof. It's 95% finished now. It just wants 3 rows of noggins in. We've put our back trimmer on. We've put our side trimmers. We've got our supports on it. We've also got our front trimmer along there. They're just finishing the other one over there. And then with 3 rows of noggins down the one down the centre of each of that, and we'll be good. On another note, there's the joist hangers that Sean's nailing on now. They're upside down joist hangers, which are supporting the roof. You need to make sure your roof's secured down. We spiked through there as well, but we could only get sort of one in each side. That's why they use upside down joist hangers. There you can see the steel sandwiched in between the CLS there and the OSB, which is outside of the building. Don't forget we filled that with rock wool as well. So that's the full roof up now. Double duct 5x2 C16 timber. We've bolted them every 400. We've got our OSB free roofing boards up and ready for the morning. If we've got a dry spell, we'll get them on. 3 sets of noggins. That's a nice big solid roof there. That's us finished for it there. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.